Hi everyone, and welcome back to another full body sculpt class. Today's class is going to be about 40 minutes long. We're going to work through the entire body and sculpt everything just using our body weight. No equipment needed for today's class. So whenever you're ready, let's get started at the back of the mat. Take a nice dip down into your knees, opening it all the way up. Extend your arms up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down by your side. You're going to tuck your chin into your chest, start softening through your knees, and we're just going to roll down, decompressing the spine, one vertebrae at a time, really keeping the head relaxed until we find that nice forward fold, completely relaxing the upper body over the legs. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to soften even further down into the knees and start to just re-stack the spine, rolling back up, one vertebrae at a time, keeping that head heavy all the way until you come up to stand. Head is the last thing to come up at the top. Let's take a nice big roll out through the shoulders, and we go again, dip down into the knees, opening it all the way up, extend and reach, breathing in. Exhale, hands come down by your side, tucking chin to chest, softening through the knees, and let's just decompress one vertebrae at a time, all the way until we find that beautiful forward fold, relaxing the head, relaxing the body, taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, soften into the knees, and we're just going to restack one more time, rolling it all the way back up. Slowly, slowly finding that vertebrae one at a time on top of each other, all the way until we come up to stand at the top. Good. A nice big roll out of your shoulders one more time. Let's dip down into the knees, opening it all the way up, this time clasping your hands above your head. You're going to push your palms up towards the ceiling. Take a nice bend over to the left side, finding that beautiful side stretch through the right side of the body. Inhale, exhale, come through the center. Inhale to bend over to the right, finding that beautiful extension through the left. Exhale to come all the way back up. And then we're going to take a dive forward this time through a flat back. Extend your arms down by your side. Extend your neck nice and long. Feel that stretch through the back of the hamstrings. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's walk the hands down along the mat. Slowly to find our downward dog. Good. Extending those hips all the way up towards the ceiling. Let's come to a little pedal of the feet. One at a time. Just bending into one leg and extending out through the other. Pushing your chest down towards your thighs. Finding that beautiful extension into the lower back and into the upper part of the back as well. Pushing your chest. Extending your shoulders, feeling the flexibility through the legs and feet for another 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to push both heels down towards the mat. We're going to take a spinal wave. So lifting both heels up off the mat, we're going to start to curve through the spine all the way through from your ankles into the crown of your head to find your high plank. Setting the core here in high plank. You're going to push your hips back to hover your knees off the mat. Inhale. Exhale to pike all the way back up to downward dog. So that's the combo. Take a lift of both heels and roll it all the way through into your high plank. Hold it here. Breathe in. Exhale. Push it back. Hold to find that bear hold. Strong through the core. Inhale. Exhale to pike the hips all the way up. Good. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, let's roll it forward, finding that spinal wave. Finding your high plank, set your core. Exhale to push it back to find that bear hold. Inhale. Exhale to shoot those hips all the way back up. Good. Let's go 2 more rounds here. This is one of my favorite ways to warm up the body, warm up the spine, and activate the core. Good. Bear hold, strong core. Hips go up, downward dog. Good. Last one. All the way forward. Take that beautiful spinal wave. Finding that core, setting your high plank, Final time. Push those hips back to bear hold. We're going to hold it here in bear hold and just take little pulses up and down of those hips. Squeeze and lift the hips just a little bit, just an inch up off higher than they already are. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, drop the knees, untuck the toes, and we'll just drop the belly down towards the mat. Open up through the chest, and we'll find our nice cat-cow. Exhale to push away from the floor. Inhale to drop it down, opening up through the chest. Exhale to push away, really finding that beautiful curve through the spine, opening up through the back of the shoulder blades. Inhale, dropping the chest, extend and lift through your neck. Exhale, really push up from the mat. Good, let's go here for another 4 rounds. I'm going to invite you to do any sort of feel-good movement during these next 4 rounds. So maybe you want to move side to side. Maybe you want to stay with a standard cat-cow. Just do anything that feels good for another 2. Now last one. All the way. And coming back through to neutral. Good. From here, let's just sweep that right leg forward. And we're going to find a nice low lunge through the right leg. If you can, tuck your back toes and lift your left knee up off the mat. We're going to take a few rocks forward and backwards into that right leg just to warm up through those hips. Good. Breathing here for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming through the center, we're going to place the weight into the left hand and take a nice open up from that right side and just take a few rolls of your wrist, trying to keep those hips pressing down into the mat as much as possible. Good. Hand comes down to meet your other hand. Drop that back knee and we'll sweep that right leg back into all 4s. One more time. Let's bring the left knee forward, the left foot forward, finding that nice stretch and lunge through your hips. Weight into the hands, tuck those back toes. If you can, lift that back knee up and we'll find those rocks back and forward. Easing into those hips and just allowing them to stretch out beautifully for another 4, 3. Warming up is so important. Last one. 1. Coming through center, placing the weight into the right hand. Let's take that twist and open. Keep those hips hinging down into the floor. And take a few rolls of the wrist. Breathing in. And breathing out. Coming all the way back through, strong into that core. Drop the knee. Let's sweep that leg all the way back. All right, we're going to tuck both toes this time. Pike the hips all the way back up to downward dog. And just as you take your next exhale, slowly walking your hands back towards your feet. Finding that beautiful forward fold one more time, relaxing the head over the body. Deep breath in. And exhale to breathe it out and slowly roll your body back up, restacking that spine. 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way until you come up to stand completely, taking a nice big roll out of your shoulders. And we're going to get into some of the work now. We're going to work into a squat, just a standard squat. So you have your feet slightly wider than hip distance with a slight 40-degree angle pointing outwards. Taking a nice strengthen up through the core, trying to pull that belly button up towards your spine. We're going to hinge the hips back and extend the arms as we come down towards the floor. Exhale to come all the way back up to a normal stance. Keeping the weight through the back of the feet as you push those hips back, extend your arms. Exhale to lift all the way up. Good. Inhale to hinge it back, extend your arms and reach. Exhale to drive it all the way up. Good. Really finding that depth each time as you go a little bit lower into that squat, using your glutes at the bottom of the movement here and squeezing up into your core and into your thighs at the top. Good. Hinge it down. Exhale
to squeeze it up. Really inhale, set that core, hold your strength, extend your arms, drive it back up. You really want to find that beautiful energy through the arms as well. For another 4 reps here. All the way down in 3. Exhale to lift. In 2. Now last one. All the way down. Now this time, as we come up, we're going to lift and rise up through the heels. Place those heels back down. Set the hips back to your squat. Extend your arms, find your lunge. Exhale, lifting up, squeezing up into the heels. Inhale, drop the heels down. Extend those arms. Lovely. Finding that squat, we're going to lift all the way up onto the toes. Squeeze and lift. Place the heels back down. Hinge those hips back. Extend your arms. Exhale, squeeze up and lift. Place it down. Inhale to lower. It's okay if you lose your balance. Just take it slow and really work through this with nice precision and nice control for another 4. Squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower. 3. Really strong into that core as you come up. Place it down. Hinge it back. In 2. Squeeze it up. All the way down. All the way back. Now last one. Coming all the way up with those heels. Placing them back down. We're going to find our squat. We're going to hold it here. We're going to sweep the right arm back. Lift that right heel looking back towards that right hand. Extend it back out long, hold that core. Left side, extend it back out long. We're going to stay low and keep working through these sweeps of the arms and lifts of the heels. Using your breath to help you push through these challenging moves. Good. Let's work here for another 6. 5. Breathe. Final 4. In 3. Holding that core. 2. 1. Good. Now we're going to hold it here. Lift that right heel. Keep those arms extended. Take little pulses up and down for 8. 7. Hands to chest if you need. 6. 5. Otherwise keep it reached. 4. 3. 2. 1. Switching over. Left heel lifts. Let's take those pulses. 8. 7. 6. 5. Push to the end. 4. 3. 2. 1. All right. Woo. Give it a little shake. We're going to take a nice reset. Coming to the back of the mat. Feel free to grab some water. I'm going to grab some myself. And we're coming down to the floor. Great. So whenever you're ready, coming to stand at the back of the mat. Let's take a nice dip down into the knees. Opening it all the way up. Extend, reach. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come down by your side. Tucking chin to chest. Softening through those knees. And let's just decompress your spine. Relaxing the head. Relaxing the body over the legs. Deep breath in. Deep breath out and just relax a little bit more. One more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Let's slowly walk those hands down along your mat. Drop the knees. Untuck the toes. And we're going to start working into a donkey kick series from here. So coming all the way down onto your elbows. We're going to place the weight of the body into the left knee. And we're going to flex through that right foot. Getting ready to work into a donkey kick on the right side. Really strong into the core. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Pull that spine, belly button up towards your spine. Hold that core and then extend and lift, kicking the sky with your right heel. Inhale to lower it all the way back down. Exhale, really nice. Bend through that right side. Squeeze up into that glute, finding the shakes. Inhale to lower it down. You really want to work nice and slowly. nice and controlled to make sure that you're not dipping into that low back. Using your breath each time that you kick that leg to hold your core is really going to help you control the movement here. Good, we're going to do 8 more reps. Squeeze up and lift. Inhale to lower. 7. Squeeze and lift. Inhale to bring it down. Really nice and long through that neck, soft through your upper body, strong into that core and strong into your glutes. Breathing through it. Good, 5 more. Squeezing up for 5. Lowering it down. Final 4. You get what you put into this movement here. I really want you to think about squeezing and using your glutes, not just swinging it up and down. Good. 2 more reps. Really make the most of them. Squeezing up for 2. Lowering it down. Now last one. All the way up. Squeeze and lift. And lower with control. Okay. Now this time, as we take the donkey kick, we're going to push up onto the hands simultaneously as we kick the leg. So the leg and arms lift up, all the way up. Bring it down, dropping those elbows down towards the mat and driving that knee back in. Exhale, expand up, lifting up into your wrists and extending through your arms, extending up into that donkey kick. Inhale to lower it back down to the mat all together. Exhale, expand and lift. Feel like you're getting lifted up from the mat and then collapsing everything back in. Good. Exhale. 4. Squeezing up into that beautiful expansive position. Let's go 4 more like this. 4. Opening up through the chest, opening up through the body. Bringing it down. 3 more. Squeezing up for 3. And lower. 2 more. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Make sure to hold that core. Last one. All the way up. Squeeze and hold. We're going to take 3 pulses of the leg from here. So squeeze into the glutes for 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to pulse the arms for 3, 2, 1. Push it all the way back up. Pulse the leg. 3, 2, 1. Hold the core. Pulse the arms. 3, 2, 1. We're going to go 4 more rounds here, pushing through it. 3, 2, 1. Pulse those arms. 3, 2, 1. Back up to the leg. 3, 2, 1. Into the arms. 3, 2, 1. Strong into that core. 2 more rounds. 3, 2, 1. You can do this. 3, 2, 1. I know it's burning. Pushing through the last one. 3, 2, 1. Pulse the arms. 3, 2, 1. Holding it there. And then coming all the way down. Good. Knees go wide. Hips go back. And find your child's pose. Head comes down to meet the mat. Forehead relaxes all the way down into the floor. Take a beautiful deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good. 1 more. Nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. All right, coming all the way up. We're going to find our way onto the left side of the body so that our right side is facing up towards the sky. Left side is completely down onto the mat. You can place your head onto your hand, or if you like, you can lay completely flat all the way down on your bicep, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Extending both legs out slightly in front of you on the diagonal. If it feels more comfortable, you can bend the underside leg. Otherwise, keeping both out nice and extended. The most important thing here is to try and keep strong through that underside of your waist so that you're not completely relaxed and flopped down into the mat. Okay, so keeping a nice squeeze and lift up from your core. We're going to start to inhale and exhale to slowly extend and lengthen that right leg as long away from you as possible, lifting it up and away from the left leg. Inhale to lower it back down, placing your hand on your hip if you can, or on the floor in front of you. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower it back down. Exhale, squeeze up and lift. Inhale to lower, really nice and strong into that core. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower it down. You can really feel the low, deep part of your pelvis working this movement here, and the outer part of your glute. The pelvis really stabilizes it, and the glute does that lift. Squeeze it up. Good. Let's go 4 more. All the way up, squeeze and lift. 4. And lower. In 3. Squeeze it up. Lowering it down. 2 more. Squeeze and lift. Lower with control. Now last one. All the way up, squeeze and hold. And we're going to draw those little circles around in a direction. Choosing one direction to just move slowly. Little tiny circles here for 4. 3. 2. 1. Reverse the circle. Back and around. Back and around. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Good. For 4. 3. Come back to that waist. 2. 1. Taking little pulses up and down. Squeeze and lift for 8. 7. 6. Push to the end. 5. I know it's burning. 4. 3. 2. 1. All right. Whew. Coming down. Give it a little tap. And we're going to come straight up into a side plank series. So I'll demonstrate in the modified version, and then I'll give you the progressed version as well to work through. So left knee comes onto the mat. Left hand also comes down onto the mat. Extending and opening up through that right leg out wide to the side, and allowing your hips to come forward and hinge forward. Keeping a nice soft bend into that left elbow. Opening up with that right arm up towards the sky. We're going to take an inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to draw that right rib down towards your left hip and thread your right arm underneath the left side. Inhale to open it all the way back up. Exhale, twist, squeeze it through. Inhale to open it all the way back up with nice control. Exhale, squeeze that core, almost like you're wringing out a tea towel. Really put the effort in to feeling this movement where you're supposed to feel it, rather than just rushing through it. Good. If you're feeling good there, then stay there. Otherwise, if you'd like to up the challenge, you can meet your feet together on the mat and lift your hips completely up, continuing with that twist all the way through. Inhale to open it up. Exhale, twist and thread it through. Inhale to open it up. Good. We're going to go for 5. Breathing through it. Final 4. Exhale it through. Inhale it up. 3 more. 3. Inhale and reach. 2 more. 2. Now final 1. All the way through. All the way up. We're going to hold and lift. Now if you can, lifting that top leg up off the mat and holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, coming down. Finding your knees onto the mat. Placing that right hand down on the right side of the body. We're going to take a nice side bend. Opening up through that left side, taking a few rolls out of the wrist. Beautiful deep breaths in. Deep breath out. Let's sweep that arm over the other side. Extend and reach. Opening up through that right side, taking a few rolls of the wrist. Now grabbing both hands in front of you, clasping them in front of you, allowing your chest to just fall away, dropping your head and pushing open through the back of your shoulder blades. Breathing in. Exhale, grabbing those hands behind your back, opening it all the way up and allowing your chest to just expand, and your head to just fall back. Okay, great. We're going to work into a little bit of core before we move on to the second side. So finding our way down onto our backs, I'm going to start working into some slow crunches into the top of the abs, and then moving down into the low part of the abs as well. So just coming to your ribs here for a moment. I want you to place your hands onto your ribs. As you inhale, feel those ribs open up and expand wide. As you exhale, feel them close down and pull that core and use that pelvic floor to drive all of that core and really compress it all together. Inhale to open it all the way up, relax. Exhale, pull that core up, pull those ribs down, and really push that belly button as strong as you can up in towards your spine. Good, let's go one more like that, opening all the way up. Exhale, pulling everything up together and driving it in with nice control. All right, so remembering that beautiful connection that we just found, we're going to place the hands behind your head. We're going to take that inhale, relax the ribs. We're going to take that exhale, pull the ribs down, pull that pelvic floor up, using that force from your core to lift your head, neck, shoulders and chest up off the floor. Squeeze and lift, find the shakes. Inhale to lower it all the way back down. Exhale, squeeze up and lift, finding that crunch. Inhale and lower with control. Good. Really taking your time. We do not have to move fast or rushed through any of these movements in Pilates. We're moving with precision, control, and purpose to work the muscles that we want to work. Exhale. Squeeze and lift. Really draw that core down into the floor. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Squeeze and lift. Find a shaky point. You can hear the shakes in my voice. Inhale to lower. Good. We're going to go for 6 more. Exhale. Squeeze up and pull. Inhale to bring it down. Exhale, squeeze up and lift, really push that core down, find a shaky point. Inhale to lower. 4 more. Exhale, squeezing up for 4. Really remember what I said about that core, about putting what you can into each rep. You'll get what you put in. 3, rushing through the reps is never a good thing. 2 more. Exhale, squeeze and lift. For 2. Inhale to lower. Last one. Exhale, squeeze up and lift. Hold, find the shaky point. And inhale to bring it down. Okay, we're going to move now into some toe taps. So bringing your hands down by your side, you're going to lift both legs slowly up to tabletop. So remember, your tabletop isn't with your knees in your chest. Your tabletop is with your knees stacked over your hips. Hands down by your side for now to help with the stability. Take a deep breath in. As you take that breath out, pull your pelvic floor up, control that core, and slowly tap your right toes down towards the mat. Bring it back up with control. Inhale. Exhale. Tap the left toes down. Squeeze up and lift. Good. Those inhales and exhales are so important as you work through any core move to really help you activate the muscles that we're trying to activate here. Good. Let's keep working through these toe taps for another 10. 8. Breathing through it. Sorry, now that's 8. Losing my counting. 7. Good, breathing through it. Really taking your time to exhale as you tap the toe. 5. Keeping that low back as pushed down into the mat as you can. Trying not to have a curve or any pressure into that low spine. 3. Taking the pressure through your low core. 2. Last one. 1. Good. Bring it all the way up. Let's extend both arms up towards the ceiling. Good. Now you're going to tap your right toes down. As you take that exhale, extend your left arm up all the way overhead. Squeeze and pull the shape back in. Inhale. Exhale. Left toes, right arm. Tap the toes, extend the arm. Good. Let's keep working. Right side. Tap the toes, extend the arm. Squeeze it back in. Opposite hand to opposite foot. Working through this dead bug here and into this powerhouse of a movement. Squeeze up and lift. Good. Let's keep working here for 8. 7. Breathing through it. 6. In 5. Tap. Squeeze and lift. Final 4. 3 more. 3, coming back to that breath, coming back to that core. It's getting hard now, but you can push through it. 2. Last one. And 1. All right, now let's go both toes if you can, both arms. Tapping both toes down, extend both arms overhead. Squeeze and lift the shape back in. Tapping both toes, extend the arms, squeeze and pull. Good. Nice and controlled and tap. Squeeze and lift. Good. Tap it down. Squeeze it up and lift. Good. We're just going to go here for 6. 5. Breathing through it. Exhale as you go down. Inhale to bring it back. 3. 2. Now last one. Squeeze it all the way back in. Let's extend those toes up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift the head, reach the arms up towards your toes and pulse the chest for 10, 9, 8. Bring those ribs down towards your hips. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Bring it down. Let's extend those legs down along your mat. Open those arms all the way up overhead. Allow your ribs to just open out wide. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. Nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. We're going to grab those knees up towards your chest. Take a little rock and roll all the way to come up. And we're going to sweep the legs back and around. And we're going to move straight onto that second side. So coming all the way down onto your elbows. And we're going to get ready to work those donkey kicks again, but this time on the left side. So placing the weight of the body into the right knee, flexing through that left foot. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Kick and stomp that left heel up towards the sky. Squeezing into that glutes, maintaining a nice connection in your core. Inhale to lower it all the way down. Exhale. Squeeze and lift. Pushing into that glutes. Inhale to lower with control, keeping a nice long neck. Eye gaze towards the top of your mat. Squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower. Make sure your hands are nice and planted onto the ground. Weight is evenly distributed through all of the fingertips. Inhale to lower. Good. We're going to work through 8 more reps here. Squeeze up and lift. Really find that shaky point at the top of the movement. Inhale to lower, keeping a nice flexion through that foot. Exhale. Squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower. Good. Let's go 6 more. Squeezing up for 6. Lowering it down. In 5. Squeeze and push. Relax through those shoulders. Strong through that core. Strong through your glutes. Good for 4. Lowering it down. Final 3. Squeeze up and lift. Inhale to lower. 2 more. Really exhale and squeeze that pelvic floor up, just like we were doing in the core. We're working a lot of core without even knowing. Final 1. All the way up. Squeeze and lift. Lowering it down with control. Okay, now as we lift the leg, we're going to push up onto the hands, lifting through the triceps, squeezing into the legs, squeezing into the arms at the same time. Inhale to lower it back down with control. Exhale, squeeze and lift, pushing into that leg, pushing into those arms, expanding away from the floor. Inhale to lower it back down. Feel that beautiful explosive feeling as you push up through your arms and your leg. Hold the core strong. Inhale to bring it down. Good, that's 4 reps. Push it up. Really strong, really relaxed through the shoulders. We're going to go for 4 more. 4. Exhale and lift. Inhale to lower. 3 more. Strong into that core. Really control it. Squeeze in the glutes. Lower it down. This one gets a bit burny, as you remember from last time. We're going to have to push through it. 2. This is the home run. We're nearly at the end. Last one. All the way up. Squeeze up and lift. Hold that core. We're going to take 3 pulses of the leg. 3, 2, 1. And then 3 pulses of the arms. 3, 2, 1. Pushing all the way back up. Here goes the leg. 3, 2, 1. Pulse those arms. 3, 2, 1. 4 more rounds. Squeeze the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze those triceps. 3, 2, 1. Push to the end. 3, 2, 1. Arms go. 3, 2, 1. Just 2 more rounds. Come back to that core. Leg. 3, 2, 1. Arms. 3, 2, 1. Final round. 3, 2, 1. Pulse the arms. 3, 2, 1. Push it all the way back and hold and squeeze. And lower it down. Legs go wide. Hips go back. Extend your arms. Place your head down onto the mat to find your child's pose. Nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Maybe you want to roll out your wrists if that feels good. 1 more. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good. We're going to come all the way up and find our way onto the right side of the body so that the left side is facing up towards the sky. We're going to lay all the way down. Remember, you can place your head on your hand or completely extend it onto your bicep, whatever feels good for you. Extending both legs out long, slightly on the diagonal. If you want to bend the underside leg for a bit of extra support, that's fine as well. Remembering to keep that underside of your waist nice and lifted up off the mat, rather than just collapsing completely down into the floor. Take an exhale and squeeze and lift your rib up away from the floor, placing your hand on your hip if you can, or on the mat in front of you. All right, take an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to extend up and lengthen through that left leg until we find that nice height and extension. Good. Inhale to lower it back down. Exhale, squeeze up and lift. Trying to control the core here. It's not about going all the way up. It's about finding that point where we maintain a nice straight hip, squeezing into the side of the glute and using that low core to stabilize. Good. Exhale, squeeze up and lift. Inhale to lower it down. Good. Let's go 6 more. Squeezing all the way up. Inhale to bring it down. Final 5. Squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower. Remember to put that hand on the floor if you need. 4, squeeze it up. Lowering it down. Final 3, squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower. 2 more, squeeze all the way up. Lower with control. Now last one, all the way up, squeeze and hold. We're going to draw those little circles around. Small little circles, the worst movement. Here, go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the circle, back and around. Squeezing into that glutes. Using that core for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice little pulses straight up and down. Squeeze and lift. Good. Let's go. 8, 7, 6. Control those hips. 5. Hold that core. 4. Squeeze the outer glutes. 3, 2, 1. All right. Whew. Coming down. Give it a little tap. And we're going to come straight up onto that side plank series. This is our last little bit of work here. And then we'll take a nice, beautiful stretch. Placing the hand down on the mat, right hand on the mat, right knee on the mat, and opening all the way up with that left arm up towards the sky. We're going to take those thread the needle through and under. So deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to squeeze and pull the left arm under the right side, pulling that left rib down towards your right hip. Inhale to open it all the way up. Exhale. Squeeze it all the way through. Inhale to open it all the way up with control. Good. Exhale. Really pull it through like you're wringing out a tea towel. Using your reps to really work the body here. Good. One more. And open it all the way up. Okay, if you're feeling good here and you want to continue in this modified version, then stay here. Otherwise, if you'd like to challenge yourself, let's push both feet out to meet each other at the end of the mat. And we'll keep working through that same motion. Exhale, squeeze it all the way through and under. Inhale to open it all the way up. Good. Exhale, squeeze it through. Inhale to open up and lift. Good. We're going to go for 4 more. Squeeze it through, really using that core. Inhale to open. Exhale for 3. Inhale, opening up nice and strong. 2 more. Squeeze it through. Open it up, nice and controlled. Last one, all the way through, all the way up and open. Okay, now I'm going to challenge you to lift that top leg if you can and hold here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, coming all the way down. Placing those knees down onto the mat. Placing that left hand down on your left side. Opening all the way up with that right side. Taking a few rolls out of the wrist. And just breathe. Good, really extending through the body and opening through your wrist. Other side, hand comes down. Left hand sweeps all the way over. Taking a beautiful side bend and just rolls at the wrist. Coming straight through the middle, clasping with both hands in front of you, pushing that chest away from your hands, allowing your head to fall down and your shoulder blades to open up wide. Exhale, hands come back behind you, pushing that chest all the way up. Lift and extend. All right. I lied. I did say that was the end, but I'm going to give you a quick little plank finisher and then we will stretch. So nothing crazy, but we're going to come down onto a nice low plank, finding your hands on your mat, making sure that you've got nice flat palms on the mat, extending and pushing your feet back to find your low plank, keeping a nice tuck on that tailbone. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to drop the hips over to the right side. And bring it through the center. Inhale to drop the lips over to the left side. Exhale to bring it up through the center. Good. Inhale to drop. Exhale to bring it up and lift. Inhale to drop. Exhale to lift. Good. Let's go here for 8. 7. You're so strong, pushing through it. 6, 5. This is the last bit of work. I know the body is shaking. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Coming all the way through the center. We're just going to hold and feel the shakes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, drop the knees. Hips go wide. Knees go wide, hips go back, placing the head down onto the floor. We're going to find that beautiful child's pose. And all of the hard work is done. So well done for making it through. We're just going to take a lovely stretch just to finish off and really stretch out those important muscles. All right. Whenever you're ready, finding the weight in your hands, we're going to tuck your back toes, pike the hips all the way up to find downward dog. Trying not to pedal or bounce here. We really just want to push your chest down towards your legs as much as you can and finding as much flexibility as possible. Placing the weight into the left foot. Exhale, we're going to sweep that right leg up into three-legged. Just doesn't matter how high the leg goes, just trying to keep those hips nice and square and finding that beautiful stretch. Inhale. Exhale to drop that right heel over to the left side, bending through that right knee, opening up through your scorpion pose. Inhale. Exhale to bring it back through the center. And then we're going to sweep that right knee down towards your right wrist and just slowly hinge down, finding our pigeon pose. Heel toeing that foot forward as much as you can. Just take your time to adjust your hips and sink down into this stretch, keeping your torso high for the moment and opening up through the chest, relaxing through the shoulders. Deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to slowly walk those hands down along the floor in front of you and place your head down onto your forearms if you can. And really relax. And just open up through the hips and allow your body to sink down into your mat. Nice deep breath in. Deep breath out, release. Good, one more. Breathing in. Breathing out, sinking down as low as you can for today. And whenever you're ready, finding your weight in your hands, tucking your back toes, strong through that core. Let's sweep those hips all the way back up and find downward dog. All right, when you're ready, placing the weight into the left heel, and sweep that right leg. Left leg goes up, right leg is down. Finding that extension in your three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's drop that left foot over to the right side. Finding that scorpion pose. Opening up through those hips. Inhale. Exhale to sweep it all the way back to three-legged. Extend that left leg. And then we're going to drive it all the way forward. Left knee in towards your left wrist. Sinking those hips down into your mat. We're going to heel toe that left foot forward. And just take your time to adjust your hips. Finding that beautiful stretch. Opening up through your chest. And lifting your torso. Sinking those hips down. Nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's slowly walk those hands down along your mat. And find your head onto your forearms if that feels comfortable. Now just try and relax the body as much as you can. Allow those hips to sink down into the floor. Allow your body to just melt down. Good, beautiful deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more. Nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Really release and relax. Whenever you're ready, finding your weight back into your hands, tucking those back toes, strong through that core. Let's push those hips back up, finding downward dog one more time. And we're slowly going to do one of those beautiful spinal waves, lifting both heels, finding that wave all the way through your spine into the crown of your head to find your high plank. Drop those knees if you have to, untuck your toes, drop your chest, and then push that chest all the way up into your upward dog. Good, deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's take a look over that right shoulder. And then over the left. Extending that head all the way up. Pushing the shoulders down away from your ears. And then exhale to come all the way down to the floor. Knees go wide, hips push back. Child's pose one final time. Head comes down to the mat. And then let's just find our way onto our cross-legged position here in the center of the mat to take our 3 grounding breaths all together. Nice deep breath in, opening it all the way up. Reach those arms up towards the sky. Breathe in. Exhale. Spine stays nice and long. One more. Inhale. Open it all the way up. Extend those arms. Reach it up. Exhale. Hands come down by your side. Spine stays nice and long. Now last one. Inhale to open it up. Reach those arms up. And exhale, this time bringing the hands down to prayer and into your heart space. Feel free to close down your eyes. And we'll just take our moment of stillness here on the mat. All together, thinking about something that we noticed throughout the class that we can use to help us grow in strength in our bodies and in our minds, using our Pilates practice in our day-to-day. And we'll just be silent here for 10 seconds all together. Whenever you're ready, slowly taking one final deep inhale and exhale to breathe it all out. Slowly starting to open up your eyes, maybe one final roll out of the shoulders, and you ladies are all done. Thank you very much for joining me on that class. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that your body feels nice and sculpted now and worked, and I can't wait to see you on the next class.